And as we start to think about the spring season, one thing I know you guys track is that mountain snowpack. We're starting to see some of that runoff.
Yes, so the spring runoff this year is projected to be slightly below normal, kind of close to 2021. And drought conditions have been relatively stable over the winter as well. But this is a very narrow view on Colorado, which in turn, there's really a much larger and much drier picture.
Over the past 30 days in Colorado, much of the eastern plains saw above average precipitation. The western slope, however, was very dry in March. Winter snowfall in Colorado Springs and Pueblo was normal this year despite a very late start to the season. Zoom out, the picture gets worse. The western United States is bone dry. It was the third driest March on record in the U.S. The culprit, La Nina.
You occasionally will get some bigger storms, especially here in eastern Colorado, even in La Nina years. But generally speaking, statewide, it's been since really October, November, we've kind of had a lot less out on the west slope due to just the La Nina setting up and really taking hold across the region.
The past two La Nina winters have exacerbated the most extensive and severe drought of the past 2 decades. In Colorado, drought has improved since December, yet 100% of the state remains under some level of drought. Snowpack is holding steady around 91% of normal. Now spring runoff begins, which will replenish rivers and groundwater. Let's follow the water. Blue Mesa Reservoir, Colorado's largest body of water fed by snowmelt, runs through Colorado's second largest river. Gunnison River is a major tributary of the Colorado River, which in turn fills Lake Powell. Blue Mesa Reservoir is currently at 29% capacity, and this year's spring runoff flow is expected to be 83% of normal. Lake Powell's reservoir storage is at 24%, and spring runoff flow is expected to only be 64% of normal. Water is shared between the two bodies, regulated by the Colorado River Compact.
We are a headwater state, so a lot of the snowpack we get in the spring helps feed the streams and rivers throughout the western U.S. And we are required to pass water down. We can't store it all in Colorado. It would probably be a little too greedy for us to do so. So there are requirements, federal requirements, that we have to release water all throughout the year based on water demands and who has those rights to that water coming through those rivers and streams.